Hi, and welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be using the Cricut Joy and Design Space to create your own customized insert card instead of using the pre-made ones from Design Space. So if you just have a lot of cardstock lying around or you have these pre-made card blanks, that's perfect. We're going to be turning this into this. So let's get started and I'll see you guys at the end. This is the Design Space canvas. You get to the canvas by clicking on these three lines after you've opened Cricut Design Space, and then you select canvas. So the first thing we're going to do is insert a shape to be our template for our card size. You unclick the padlock there to allow you to mess with the proportions. The width for me will be 4.25 inches and the height will be 5.5 inches. I'm going to recolor this for my sanity to white. I'm going to make a thinking of you card. So I'm going over here to the left-hand side and clicking on text. I'm going to write thinking of you. This is not the text style that I want. So right up here where it says font, I'm going to select a new font. When you select a new font, keep in mind that some of them you have to pay for, even if you have an Access subscription. Okay, this looks like it's going to be pretty good. I want to have like a bouquet of flowers or something underneath it. I would like to curve this text. So before you press enter or do anything to your text, you have the option to curve it up here at the top. And I'm going to resize it so that it fits on my card. The next thing you want to do is make sure that your O's aren't going to lose their centers. This G looks like it won't lose its center. I'm going to zoom in. It's going to hang on by this little tiny sliver. And then over here, I'm going to insert a shape, a rectangle shape. I'm going to hide this backing for a minute so I don't move it around by accident. I'm going to unlock the padlock and resize this to make a really thin rectangle about the thinness of the font. And I'm going to rotate it. And what we're going to do is slice it with the text so that we don't lose the center of the O. So I'm going to select both the text and that rectangle. And in the bottom right corner, I'm going to click on slice. Now, when I move the text, you can see that it made it into more of like a stencil, which is exactly what we want because we don't want to lose the center of the O in the card. Now that I have my text done, I'm going to add my image. I'll go over here to images and I'm going to search bouquet. I want to do cut only and see what comes up. Now, again, you want to pay attention to, like, if I cut this out, everything inside this perimeter would cut out. So you want to try to find something that looks a little bit more open and has all of the pieces connected to the outside. I'm going to just select this one and let's go back up to the top. You can see that it pops up down here, but I'm not done with images yet. I'm doing an insert card, so I'm going to select that and just type over card corners. And the card corners that will pop up are free or access. You can see if it has the A, it's access. If it doesn't, then it's free. I'm just going to do a regular one here. And you can see that both of the images that I've selected are going to get added. I'm just going to click on Add to Canvas. Both of these things pop up. That's great. Click off of it, and then they'll ungroup themselves. All right, so if I put this against the template, you can see that it doesn't really fit. So I'm going to resize it. You want to resize it by unlocking the padlock there. And you want it to be 1/4 of an inch smaller than your template size. So I'm going to make this 4 inches by 5.25 inches. And now you can see that that's going to fit really nicely. Okay, I'm going to click off of that and on here. Again, remember, you're going to lose the silhouette of anything. So like this one, anything inside, you're going to lose. So this is just going to be like a big dark flower. I don't really want those on there. I'm going to contour them out. But first, I can't contour them because they're different cuts. If you look here in the right side on the layers panel, you can see all the different cuts that it is because it's all different colors. So it's separated out by color. I'm going to just go down to the bottom here and weld it all together to create one solid piece. And now when I select it, contour shows up. And I'm going to contour these out. All right, so here it is. Now I can resize it and rotate it to my heart's content, which I will. That looks wonderful. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of this back template. Going over here to the right side and clicking on the square basic cut. I'm going to hide that. And I'm going to select everything. And I'm pretty satisfied with the placement. I just want to make sure it's all aligned horizontally so that everything is straight up and down. I'm going to select everything again. And now I'm going to go down here to the bottom and click attach. What that'll do is it'll make sure that everything gets cut in that specific place. Because this is hidden, that's great. When I cut this out, this is not going to cut. If this is visible, when you go to make your card, this square or rectangle is actually going to cut out on top of your card, and then you're going to be left with like a postcard. So get rid of that. You can just hide it and it won't cut. Then you'll go to make it on a card mat. Over here on the left-hand side, change your material size to match the size of your card, and then click continue. I'm going to select insert card, cardstock. My blade is old, so I'm going to do more pressure. If you're new, you're probably just going to use default. If you got a new blade and it's really, really sharp, you might use less. But, you know, just play around with the settings. Always do a test cut. I'm going to head on over to the Joy to show you guys how to put it together on the mat. It's pretty cute. It turned out really great. Now it's time to put the insert in. If you're making your own card like I am, I just have cardstock lying around, you're going to want to measure the insert to the same size as these four corners, which was 4 by 5.25. If you want to apply glue to the back of the card before you stick that cardstock in the corners, you can. Glue stick, spray glue, whichever. If you are also interested in writing on the inside of the card with your Joy, I'm linking that above. And that's it. So hopefully this video gave you some great ideas, tips, and tricks to use when you're making your own insert card. I'd love to hear in the comments what kind of cards you'll be making. Also, let me know what kind of machine you've got. I'm really interested to hear about my viewers. I will respond to your comments, so please feel free to drop one down there. If you're interested in another video about the Joy, I've got one over here. And that's it. Thanks again, you guys, and I'll see you next time.